If there were any justice in this world, I would cause the doors to this place to be barricaded, and no one would be allowed to leave until you get the right answer to this one. But no, I can't do that. It's not like St. Peter is going to have us all gathered in a proctored exam room, in which you might be for a professional exam, and you can't get into heaven until we get all the answers right. Thank heaven. No, God already did the work for that. On the other hand, it might just help you live your life of faith out there in the big, unfaithful world. What does Jesus call it? Adulterous. This is an adulterous generation. 9 problems out of 10 are rooted in that one, I'm sure. It might help you live your life of faith if you get the answer to this one intellectually correct. What's more, the answer to this one is so easy. Like 2 + 2 is 4. But so many get it wrong. Not just a different interpretation, but incorrect. Why? A shop teacher told me once that he had trouble one year with a group of young men who absolutely could not grasp the concept of a simple lap joint. And it wasn't just one student, it was a group of them. And they weren't dumb either. In every other facet of shop class, they demonstrated competence and understanding, even with complicated machinery like a metal lathe. But this simple lap joint, mark here, saw here, mark here, saw here, fasten, they could not penetrate the mystery of this simple lap joint. Finally, he figured it out. Subconsciously, they did not want to understand. They were daunted by the more complicated woodworking joinery that came after that one. So, mentally, they just shut down while it was still easy. The correct answer is God. God did this. Who sold everything he had to get the treasure in the field? God did, not you. You did not sell anything to get the treasure, nor do you have to sell anything to get the treasure. God is the primary actor in all these parables. The angels are secondary actors. You, going in order, are the wheat or the weeds, depending. You are the pearls. You are the fish. And you are the treasure hidden in the field. You don't do anything. Not in these parables. You are completely passive. God sells all that he has in his joy and buys that field so that he might dig you up. I don't know why so many people resist that. I have a guess. In our tradition, in a church body influenced by Germans and Scandinavians, the grayer cultures, it is always Lent, isn't it? Sackcloth and ashes, dour and repentant, I confess to you that I am by nature sinful and unclean. Hey, and it's not like that notion doesn't dominate Christian thought. I mean, if you were in my Tuesday morning Bible study over the course of last year, you heard once and you heard a million times, the nature of God cannot coexist with the nature of sinners. He is an all-consuming fire. Doomed. We're all doomed. And we are. In fact, life after baptism is a daily dying and rising again. The old Adam and Eve must die so that the new man and woman may rise every day in Christ who died for us. It's painful looking into the mirror like that all the time. Thus, for Lutherans, it is indeed always Lent, even during Pentecost, the season of growth and life. Therefore, we have a very difficult time imagining that we are a treasure to God. Who would sell everything for a pearl? That's a mighty fine pearl. I don't believe I've ever seen a pearl I'd do that for. What about a field that has in it a treasure chest where that mighty fine pearl is just one of the valuable things in it? Pearls rest atop Spanish doubloons and golden idols stolen from heathen natives, which are encrusted with rubies, lapis lazuli, and emeralds, sapphires, carved jade. Think what good you could do with that kind of treasure. Of course you'd sell all you own to buy that field. Think of what good you already do with the wealth we have in this wealthy society we have. Now, many of you may not think you have very much money, but when was the last time you had to worry if you might eat or where you have shelter? If you have troubles, our society has redundant programs to make sure you're well fed and sheltered, that you have basic amenities like electricity and phone, healthcare, and will even help you find a job if that's what you want. Even if you're poor, you have wealth enough to come to church to get what you need to do good works. Should I list them off again for you? All the things you do, near and far. You're the treasure in the field. Just look at you. People are far more valuable than gold doubloons, and God sees that you are far more valuable than minerals mined from the ground. It was for you, dead in your sin, like a treasure buried in a field. It was for you that Jesus sold all he owned, giving up everlasting treasure in heaven to buy earth itself so that he could find you and put you to work. What kind of good are you going to do today? Whatever good a treasure that can move and talk and sing can do. Are you going to say something pleasant to your kids and grandkids, to someone else's kids? Are you going to share something good that you have with someone who doesn't have? Are you going to give something away just because? I don't know. You're free to do whatever good thing you want. Tie someone's shoe, wipe someone's nose, kiss someone, hug someone, give somebody money, send goods and services to faraway places, all because you are a treasure to God. It's a simple question, see? Who is the man who finds the treasure in the field? Jesus is the man who finds the treasure. Well, what's the treasure? You are the treasure. Don't be afraid to get the right answer. Jesus himself went down into the earth to dig you up, to present you to the Father. Look what I found, a treasure. The Father, who sees what the treasure is doing for the wealth of the kingdom, answers the Son, "In you I am well pleased."